Hello, I'm here. It's Monday morning. So glad you could all tune in. I'm going to wait just a second here to see who actually is going to tune in and to actually make sure that I'm live. All right, can you guys see me? Hopefully. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. So today we're talking about the top foods for your lungs. So the top foods for your lungs, let's jump right in. Okay, so several factors can affect our lung health, including physical activity, our genetics, environmental conditions, and absolutely our diet. We absolutely have ways that we can use food to help with our lung health. And in this time, of course, we know it's a little crazy out there. So if you're staying indoors, you will likely want to take some notes and make sure that you are jotting down some ingredients of things that you're going to want to pick up at the store, because these foods, these top foods, there's a lot of them actually. You probably already have some at your house, in your fridge, in your pantry, whatever. But these top foods are what are actually going to keep your lung, your respiratory system really healthy, especially during this time where this virus is actually attacking your lungs. So many other things, but the lungs especially, that's where it settles in, and the difficulty breathing is really what is the downfall with people getting the COVID-19. So incorporating a few of these foods into your diet is a simple strategy that can decrease inflammation, phlegm, and really increase or improve your pulmonary blood flow, which is, again, something we need to do, especially during this time. So in addition to the foods that I'm going to be talking about, the 8 top foods basically, is supplementation. And I'm only going to hit on that, and I'll touch on it at the end, but it is essential. And I'm going to show you why, tell you why it is absolutely essential to supplement, because our food is not quite the same food our grandparents and great-grandparents ate. So it's not quite as nutritionally dense as the food of the past. So we do actually need to supplement, and it's not a bad thing. I know lots of people poo-poo on supplementation. If you're in this group, you're likely not one of them. But out there in the real world, especially even doctors are like, oh, just eat good food, you don't need supplements. Wrong, you do. You actually do need to supplement, okay? So who am I? I'm Carlene. Thank you for joining. And you guys, we are so close to having 400 people in this group. We're like at 398. So if you know anyone who would love this information, who would love to tune in with me every Monday morning, send them an invitation and tell them there are 3 really simple little questions that they do have to answer, and they do have to provide their email address or they can't get in. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. The group is for people who actually want to be here. So if you can't answer the simple questions, I'm not approving you to be in the group. Sorry again, but not sorry. Look at all these people who are tuning in. Hello, Tina, Leon. Oh my gosh, look at you guys. Vi, Tanya, Tammy. Look at all these people. That is so awesome. I really feel super blessed to have all these friends and people who are in here. Hey, Gayla, all you people are awesome. Thank you. Okay, so again, jumping into the top foods for our lungs. And this is the crazy thing that I kind of have to say during every video, but because of the Facebook algorithm, please give me all the hearts and all the emojis. Just pound that little key and just keep giving me the emojis. That way, this video shows up in more people's feed. Even in the group, people don't see the video because it has to be interacted with. So give me some comments, give me some emojis, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, and also one quick thing. Stick around to the end, because I have a really, really great offer that I'm going to give you that you're going to want to take advantage of. I will touch on it at the end. I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to sell or convince anyone, but you will learn why it is super important to supplement, and I'm going to give you some of the best stuff at the end of this video, and a savings opportunity, okay? So what are those best foods? The first one, you're not even going to believe this, but an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Absolutely true, even in this instance. So apples have phytochemicals that are proven in studies to actually increase or enhance pulmonary function. And who knew? But absolutely, apples are fantastic for that reason. They also decrease oxidative stress and inflammation. So absolutely, apple a day, perfect. Here's one of my absolute favorites. Number 2 is green tea. It has an amazing, amazing amount of antioxidants and polyphenols. ECGC, which is one of the chemical compounds in green tea, is absolutely proven. I mean, this is not just, you know, natural medicine people or functional doctors or people that are just all about herbs and natural medicine, especially like myself, master herbalists. We're not just touting things that are fun to do, but they're actually proven. Okay, so green tea is one of them, and all 8 of these actually are, but the green tea is especially fantastic because of this EGCG, which is shown to suppress lung cancer growth, or the cells that actually cause the cancer in the lungs. So, oh my gosh, and that's just one thing. There are so many others, but that's just one thing. Okay, so it also contains a compound that is a bronchodilator to improve airway function and ease breathing difficulty, especially if you have any kind of asthma or COPD or anything like that, anything that's constricting your ability to breathe. And that could be even pollution or stress even, you know, anxiety can create a shortness of breath. So all of these things that are in these, the compounds that are in these foods are so beneficial for lung health, but even for your overall body health. So keep that in mind. So a lot of these foods have that crossover full body function ability to keep you healthy. And this is really what we're looking for. So apples, green tea, and leafy greens, believe it or not. I know it's really hard to eat a huge amount of leafy greens, but if you can maybe throw it in a smoothie or in a juicer, you can get loads and loads of antioxidants and the compounds that bring down the inflammation. So having it in, I especially like the juicing part, because you can down a juice even faster than you can a smoothie because of all that extra fiber that's in there. Not that fiber's wrong, you know, bad. You should absolutely do that and maybe switch off between juicing and smoothies. But I love the juicing because chug it down and you're done in a matter of, you know, 30 seconds. You're done with the juicing, and you can get just, you can flood your system with nutrients, super dense, wonderful vitamins, minerals, enzymes, all the things that keep your body healthy. And especially during this time, we need to keep our lungs really clear and functioning. So I'm also going to talk about a couple of things later on that we need to avoid, but right now these are the top 8. Okay, so again, it's the apples, the green tea, the leafy greens, and one other thing I did mention, but almost every single one of these is reducing and even proven in scientific studies to increase your ability to breathe deeper and to lower the risk factors for COPD, especially, and all the other respiratory symptoms or diseases, like what is it called? The acute respiratory, I can't remember, but all of these different things. There's so many of them: the shortness of breath, the coughing, the wheezing, the asthma, all of these things. Next, I'm going to jump into the number 4 top food is garlic. And oh my gosh, you guys, if you haven't eaten raw garlic, everyone around you will hate you. But you will have it's just the most powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant that you can eat in a very small amount. Just takes maybe, 2 cloves of garlic twice a week can improve your chances of having, amazing lung capacity and reducing the risk of all these other respiratory illnesses and diseases, as well as reducing cancer. It is amazing. If you guys aren't using garlic, I know it's kind of hard, right? But to just chew on a piece of garlic, that's hard. And it'll keep people away from you. Maybe that's the point too. If you're confined with your family right now, maybe you might want to eat a couple of pieces of garlic just to keep your space and just have a little bit of you time. But really, truly, raw garlic eaten twice a week is, in a study, has been proven to reduce cancer risk. So over time, so of course, you're not just going to be able to eat it once or twice a week for about a month and be like, okay, I did it. You kind of have to keep it in your toolkit, okay? And yes, you can also get it in supplement form. So if you don't want to be breathing fire towards everyone, you can always just take some garlic supplements and you'll get the same effect. Okay, so there's that. Ginger, number 5 is ginger. Another one of my absolute favorites, because you can use it in so many different ways. If you're not cooking with ginger, you might want to start putting it into a lot of different things, stews and soups and sauces and just anything. If you're sauteing chicken for a stir fry, throw it in there with, you know, garlic and ginger. It's amazing together, and you'll see, not only is it a spice that can give immense depth and flavor to your foods, but holy moly, how about the health benefits? So you can have it dried, you can have it raw, you can have it powdered, you can even use it in tea. If you are actually feeling like you have something going on in your throat or your sinuses, a tea, just hot water with sliced raw fresh, and do you know how to tell real ginger in the grocery store that's good from stuff that's been sitting there forever? Is the plumpness of it. Okay, so it doesn't want to be dried and wrinkly, but nice, plump, wonderful, beautiful. Even smell it, you should smell like ginger. That's how you can tell a really nice piece of ginger when you get it at the grocery store. But just slice off a few chunks, or just break it off, stick it in some boiling water with maybe a slice of lemon or 2, and let it steep for probably a good 2 minutes at least, so it can really get those compounds out of the ginger, and just sip on that. You might even want to do that a couple times a day. We really should actually be drinking hot teas and hot liquids throughout this quarantining, so it's really good to use a tea that is not just, hot water, or just any kind of tea, but something that has a medicinal benefit to it, like the ginger and lemon. So lots of studies, you guys can Google these studies. I'm not going to name them, but lots of studies that are showing the effectiveness at decreasing lung damage, protecting against inflammation, and reducing oxidative stress. Again, super important with ginger tea. I love it, and you can use it in so many different ways. Salmon, believe it or not. So yes, salmon is high in omega-3s, but it also is one of the top lung cleansing foods, believe it or not. I actually didn't know this until I was really diving in and doing a little research of what I was going to talk about today. But salmon, even though we all know it's high in omega-3s, but I really didn't know that it was a lung cleansing food. So that's awesome. And I'm one who really doesn't love salmon, so I might have to just get that in my diet a little more, because in this time we may be feeling like we're eating things or taking supplements that we ordinarily wouldn't, but this is not ordinary times, so we have to do things a little bit differently. And I'll be the first one to say, yeah, let's do that. Let's do things different and see if we can not only help ourselves but help our communities as well, by, of course, staying home. When you're asked to stay home is really important to stop the spread and flatten the curve of this virus. So eating these foods, again, is just going to keep you and your family healthy. The next thing that I want to talk about is turmeric. So along with ginger and garlic, turmeric is amazing. And the chemical compound, we've actually been hearing the last several years, probably 3 to 5 years, about turmeric and the amazing anti-inflammatory properties that turmeric has. But it's that curcumin, that's the chemical compound that is responsible for the brilliant color, the orange-yellow color. And it has huge health benefits. Again, anti-inflammatory properties. It aids in the treatment of asthma, COPD, acute respiratory distress syndrome. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Lung injury, and even pulmonary fibrosis. So lots of different things. And these studies, I'm not going to name the studies. If you really want to know, I can put links. Just reach out and let me know, because we sometimes do get people that are like, I want to see the study on that. Let me see the study. Of course, well, I'm not even going to get into it, but You can be given a pharmaceutical from a doctor and not do any research, but if someone says take some turmeric, you want to see 15 studies on how it's going to reduce your inflammation. So that's neither here nor there, but I just had to throw it in there because I do find it kind of funny. And the last thing, believe it or not, is bananas. Bananas are a powerhouse for lung health. And the potassium, the fiber, the vitamin C, the potassium is actually responsible for the contraction and the expanding of your lungs. So when you breathe in and out, it's responsible for that. So hello, also really great, and didn't know this either until I dove into the research a little bit, but bananas can preserve lung function, and it's even associated with lower risks of the wheezing brought on by childhood asthma. So if your kiddo has some asthma going on, maybe a banana can help. According to the research, it does. Now, what are some of those foods and things that we likely are having our arsenal for the quick grab and go type stuff when we're starving and not quite wanting to cook anything really? What are these things that we should be avoiding, especially when we're out in the grocery store? If you don't even buy it, you don't have to worry about having to make that decision when it's sitting in the cabinet. Oh, do I eat this or not? But we've heard this a million times, but processed foods, we really have to avoid those processed foods. They're full of trans fats and preservatives and chemicals that you just don't want in your body, because what does that do? Essentially, when you're eating the bad foods, the stuff, it actually increases your oxidative stress and systemic inflammation. So if those two things are, rampant in your body, then you can believe it, you're going to be more susceptible to anything, not just this virus, but anything, any kind of disease, disorder, syndrome going down the road. So absolutely avoid processed foods, trans fat, even fried foods, because the refined oils that are used in fried foods, even in salad dressings and stuff like that, we really need to avoid certain refined oils, because these oils are so full of free radicals, I guess that's the word. Yeah, free radicals that actually cause oxidative stress and inflammation to increase. And we don't even realize this, because, we start cooking and we'll immediately throw in some vegetable oil or something into the pan to, just keep the food from sticking. We have to choose better oils. And some of the better oils out there are obviously going to be olive oils and avocado oils and some of your nut oils, but the refined vegetable oils, not so good. Corn oils, canola oil, soy oils, all of those, terrible. Take those out of your cabinet right now if you can, because they are doing more damage to your system than most of these other things that I'm even talking about what foods to avoid. But those refined oils are super bad. Processed meats and sugar, again, sugar feeds inflammation. So if we can reduce the sugar, we are automatically reducing inflammation. And we, of course, want to promote foods that will reduce oxidative stress. And those are the top 8. There are so many other foods that we can incorporate into our diet, but these are the top 8 and easily accessible things that are going to give you the best ability to make it through, make it to the other side, be healthy. That's the goal, making sure that what am I saying? Your family is going to make it healthy out on the other side of this pandemic that's happening right now. Okay, so one more thing. Thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up, but please give me some more. Thank you, so we can get this video out in front of some more people. Now, in addition to the other foods that you can obviously look up on Google, just a quick Google search, but in addition to diet, exercise, and this is going to be kind of tough, you guys, because we're being told to stay home. And if you are in a small space, or you have a lot of kids, or whatever it is, you have people that are in your house that are crowding you, creating additional stress, try to get outside, try to get out into your own yard and just get some fresh air, get some physical activity, walk around the block. And if you're taking a family walk, space it out, you guys, not shoulder to shoulder. Make sure that you have some space between yourselves and the next person, and do get a little bit of exercise, because it is really, truly important to not only be eating right, but getting some physical activity so that you're maintaining your health. Reducing your exposure, obviously, not just to pollution and cigarette smoke, but to anyone that could possibly be a carrier of this nastiness that's happening. So don't gather, stay home. We already know this. Stay, at least if you have to go to the grocery store, you have to go to the mailbox or wherever it is, the post office, pharmacy. If you're having to queue up, make sure that you are 6 feet away. I've seen in some of the stores that they're placing X marks on the ground so that you are aware, cognizant of being too close to people. So just, put out your arm, make sure that you are far enough away from people. If you have to wear a mask, obviously there's not enough of them. If you have some, maybe you should donate them to the hospitals and to the healthcare workers. I feel like I'm rambling a little bit, but how many of you guys are actually already using these top 8 foods? If you're using 1 or 2 or 3, maybe even 5 of them, just put that number in the comments. Let me know how many of these foods you're already using. If it's all 8, yay, it's all 8. That's fantastic. But just put the number in the comments and let me know, because that would be cool, just to know that you guys are already super healthy people. And I'd be interested to know which ones even. So you can give me the number and you can tell me which ones that are your favorites that you're already using. Okay, cool. But that's enough. That's enough about food. Let's talk a little bit about supplementation. I am going to put a link in the comments after this video just to let you know about a supplement, and it is called Protandim. It is amazing. It incorporates a couple of these foods that I just mentioned, like green tea and turmeric, just to name a couple. There's 5 main ingredients and they're all herbal, you guys. But I'm telling you one thing here right now. If you were to take all 5 of those herbs that are in this supplement and take them individually and even take them for years, you will not get the benefit of having them in this perfect combination and in the potency that they are in this supplement. And not only is it, in my opinion, a perfect supplement, but it is proven by 26 peer-reviewed studies. That's science, you guys. Science that has proven the efficacy of this supplement to reduce your oxidative stress by 40% in the first 30 days. That is amazing, and it can be proven by a blood test. Not that you're going to go out and run out and say, okay, I'm going to get a blood test, I'm going to take this supplement, then I'm going to get another blood test, and I'm going to measure it. You could. You absolutely could, and you would see that you would reduce your oxidative stress by 40%. You take this over time, and you can actually reduce your oxidative stress to that of a newborn. Now, one other thing you should know, if you reduce your oxidative stress, you are basically reducing your risk of every single major disease, disorder, syndrome that is out there. Every single thing, autoimmune issues and diseases, all of it, cancers, you're reducing it astronomically by reducing your oxidative stress and systemic inflammation. So how cool is that? I'm going to put again in the comments the link to this supplement called Protandim. It's a dual synergy supplement. It actually literally activates your NRF2 pathways, which basically is happening at the cellular level. Your mitochondrial production inside of your cells is actually repairing and rejuvenating the cells themselves. So basically it turns your body's own ability to heal itself back on, especially if stress, bad food meaning the processed foods, the stuff that's actually creating more oxidative stress and inflammation, it is turning on your cell's ability to actually eat up all those free radicals, just eat them up by millions and billions. It is even, the science behind this is so astronomical that I could go on for days talking about it, but I won't. I'm just going to tell you, it is fantastic. I'm going to give you the link. You can look it up yourself, but then I encourage you to go ahead and please purchase it. Not only because these are trying times, but it's going to really hand in hand with the other supplement that I talk about all the time, which is hemp-derived full plant extract hemp, which is basically rebuilding your immune system, and then you pair it with reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, and you literally can change the trajectory of your health. And not only are you protecting yourself so that you don't get sick, but you will actually be able to extend your life by 7%. And this is proven with a study that was out of gosh, I can't remember which university it was out of. I was about to say LSU, but that was a study showing that this supplement actually will short circuit melanoma. So again, how fantastic is that? Okay, so again, I'm going to put the link in the comments. I'm not going to talk any longer. I think it's been just right about 30 minutes or maybe 25 minutes, something like that. If you have any questions, I'm actually not looking at the comments right now. I'm just trusting that you're doing what I'm saying by giving me comments, questions, emojis, and all of that. And I will get to all of those comments after the video so that I can concentrate on that and not try to do both things simultaneously. But I'm happy to answer your questions, so please give them to me. And if you're not, if you don't feel comfortable giving me your question in the comments, feel free to PM me or private message me, and I will answer you in private. If, however, you bring up a question that I feel the whole group can benefit from, I will also bring it into the group, but not your specific situation or mention any names, anything like that. I'll keep anything you say private, obviously, but I will bring up a subject matter that I think everyone should know about if that comes up. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really do truly appreciate it. And please, we're almost at 400 people in this group, so invite some people and do ask them to answer those 3 questions. Otherwise, they can't get in the group. Thanks again. I will see you guys soon.